Far From Home is overhyped. Popular opinion, Far From Home is trash. Another overhyped movie from people who don't watch quality movies. Overhyped. It's been about a month since Far From Home dropped on Netflix. So many good things have been said about the show and so many bad things have been said also. And so the question on everybody's lips now, and by everybody I mean me, is that, is the show dope or is it overhyped? Keep watching this video and I will give you the only answer you need to hear from anybody on the internet about this show. I'll give you the final answer.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Who would have thought?
In fact, I'll give you the answer right now. Far From Home is good, but overhyped. And this is an original idea that hits me. It's something I came up with all by myself after I saw this tweet on Twitter. Now before we move on, just know there will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't watched the show yet, you can watch it. It's on Netflix. You're going to be using your friend's password anyway, so don't be acting like you can't afford it. Or you can watch it on Netflix on Telegram. Apparently they have like a division over there too. Please, I don't condone illegal things over here. Watch it on Netflix, please. Alright, let's jump right in. Far From Home is a show that follows the life of Spider-Man after he left the Avengers to go to school in Nigeria. That's not a real show, but somebody should make that show. Okay, that would be a hit.
Every neighborhood in Nigeria needs someone like me.
Far From Home is a show about Ishaya Bello. Ishaya is trying to make it in the world as an artist, but he faces so many obstacles. Like, his family is poor, his mom is a bitch about dreams. Like, the way she hates dreams, you would think that she doesn't dream at night when she sleeps.
To attend that school is a dream that will not come to pass. Shogbomi.
His sister is a pussy who doesn't want to fight for her dreams.
I don't think I want to go there by cheating. It only means I don't deserve to be there. So no.
But his biggest obstacle of all is this horrible guy called Ishaya Bello himself. And that point over there will lead us into what is dope about the show.
Yeah, you gotta find that boogie body, okay?
The characters, some of them, okay, we'll get to some of the bad ones later, but let's look at the dope ones for now. And the dopest character is Ishaya Bello. Of course, he's the main character, but that's not always a thing. Sometimes main characters are shit, but this one is dope. The character is very, very compelling. Afolarin's acting on it was just great. One thing that makes the character work so well is his broken compass. Get your pen and your notebooks out. We're about to enter character psychology class. In the book Save the Cat Writes for TV, a character's broken compass is the thing about themselves that always gets them in trouble. All of us have a moral compass that guides our everyday decisions. Your moral compass is the reason why you haven't, poisoned your annoying in-laws. It's the reason why I did not burn down my entire school, even though I really wanted to. Also because I didn't know how to, because if I knew how to, only God knows, okay? It's also the reason why our politicians keep stealing our money, because they don't have one. You get it. And this guy, Ishaya, his compass is more broken than Steph London's heart when she first heard last in the club. And I know because I was there with her in the club, okay? Haters will say that it's Photoshop, but haters are not God. And Ishaya's broken compass is stated very, very clearly.
Me, I'm doing anything to be my dream.
And that's what makes the character very dope, because besides his broken compass, he also has very good intentions. Like, you have reason to like him and also to hate him at the same time. There are a couple of examples, but the best one to me is in the first episode where his sister has a dream to go to one of the most expensive schools in Lagos. And we'll get to that school a little bit later, okay? There's so much over there, just keep watching. Now, she wants to go to the school, but it's too expensive.
Dreaming is destructive. My dreams are unrealistic.
No, that doesn't even make sense.
Now, Ishaya manages to get money for the exam and also gets the answers for the exams of the questions. What the fuck am I saying? The answers of the exams for the questions. Guys, I mean the answers to the questions for the exams. Because he works as a cleaner in a rich man's house, and then this happens.
What's this?
Wilma entrance exam answers. Cram those answers. Capish? I'm on my feet.
I mean, what are the odds, right? So he goes to the sister and says, yo, I have everything you need. Will you write the exam? And she says,
what if I told you I had the answers to Wilma entrance exams? What if I told you I had the money for the test too?
I don't think I want to go there by cheating. It only means I don't deserve to be there.
She's not going to do it. So what does he do? He registers himself and writes the exam. Didn't you memorize the thing? You brought the paper into the exam hall, they can catch you. What are you doing? And his friend even tells him like, yo, are you not stealing your sister's dream? And that's when he says his famous words.
I could go ask her. She says she don't want cheats to get her dream. Me, I'll do anything to get my dream.
When you're watching it, you like him for wanting to help his sister, but then when he goes to write the exam himself, you're like, yo, this guy, is he really a good guy? Because why? How will you do this? You know, so anybody in a sister's position will be pissed, right? There are many more examples of this. My guy Favour made a dope video about this exact thing I'm talking about, so I'll put a link in the description. Check out Favour's video.
How do you tell a great African story?
In the beginning of the first episode, we learned that Ishaya had been picked for an art fellowship to work with his favorite artist, you know, his idol.
Dear Ishaya, if you're watching this video, then congratulations.
But he needs money to fly to London because, you know, the flights are not free. So he's doing everything he can. He's saving up money, but his family is struggling and his father is dying. So one time his sister steals the money, his money that he was storing to travel to the fellowship, and gives it to the mom because the father was dying.
The medicine they said we should buy for your father that we couldn't afford, I've bought them, and the remaining money we'll use it for our house rent.
The money I need to use to travel, mommy, please just give me back the rest of the money, please, please.
You know, your father's life versus your dreams. Hey, we already know the one he's going to pick, right? Like, fuck the dad, he can die, he's old, right? And even after she did that to him, he still tried to get her into the school, you know?
Ella, I mean, you do like this. I ambulance come.
He's a good guy, but he's also a bad guy when he needs to achieve his dreams. And throughout the show, his good intentions and his broken compass keep battling each other, and that's what makes the character so dope. Because you see, good conflict drives a story, and internal conflict drives a character. Write it down, not just be looking at me over there, be acting like I didn't just say some dope shit, okay? Write it down.
It's just basic stuff.
Another dope character is Ishaya's friend Mike, who's like his external conscience. And like these two guys are very dope actors. Like they're really, really good. And I found out that the two of them like actually made a lot of short films together on YouTube like years ago, which is great that right now like they're on a Netflix show. So Ishaya wins the scholarship to the school because he had the answers and he got everything correct.
I'm sorry. Come in.
Next time, don't touch.
Yeah, you know, love is a beautiful thing and it must be in every TV show ever or else it will not be complete. And that scene will lead us into the dumb shit.
So we go 1, 2. That's it.
And the first thing is this guy. This fucking guy over here, I don't know what they wanted to do with this character, but like, bro. So this guy is the son of the rich man who was supposed to get the answers to the question to answer and get a scholarship. But he threw it away. Ishaya found it and then, you know, I've already talked about that. In the beginning, they portray him like this guy who likes music and he doesn't listen to his father and his father is trying to, you know, discipline him and stuff. They have like a microphone and stuff inside the room. But then that doesn't come out anywhere. There's no music stuff anywhere else in the show. Like, it just disappears. And second, his father is trying to get him into the school so that he will have access to other rich people and then like, you know, work with them.
One thing I've always wanted, to be the managing director of 5-star realty. Selling mansions to billionaires. And you know where those billionaires are? Wilmer Academy.
Isn't he already rich? If you're already rich, you should have access to the people, right?
I need you to memorize those answers. Get in. Help me get rich.
It would have made much more sense if he just wanted his son to go to an expensive school because he's already rich and connected to all the people whose kids are over there. Because African parents, most of the things they do are driven by what their friends think of them. You know that, right? We all know that. And then we have this scene in the first episode.
We need to talk.
Hey, you want a picture with the scholarship student, Abby? Come back, I'm busy, eh?
How dare you?
So when I saw this scene, I was like, oh, okay, he's going to be like that annoying person in the series who knows a secret that nobody else knows. So there's interesting conflict over there. He knows how Ishaya got to the school. Ishaya also knows how he was supposed to get into the school, right? And they can have that back and forth throughout the series, but that guy just disappears into the background and becomes the most useless person in the school. Like, he just becomes this person who wants validation from everybody. There's even a part in one of the last scenes where he offers to help somebody and says, I'm going to help you. If I help you, you're going to be my best friend.
I can help you get back into the grant, but you have to promise me something. That you'll be my best friend.
And I get what they're trying to do. Like, he's always trying to win approval from his father, so, you know, he kind of has that problem where he wants validation from everybody else. But he was just so fucking dumb and John in the whole thing.
Nena.
What the fuck do you want?
Now let's talk about the school, because this high school is the most beautiful school I've ever seen anywhere in anything ever made. Like, bro. But I guess it makes sense because it's the rich people's school. Now we have Carmen, who is the love interest of Ishaya, and she's hooked on pills because she had an accident with her boyfriend called Atlas, who kind of looks like Corey de Bello if Corey de Bello had a less attractive brother. I don't know if you guys can see it, but me, I see it.
Why you don't do like that?
Give it to me. You don't need any more painkillers. Only people in pain need it.
Feels like I have no control over my life. She even took my painkillers. I don't get it. Is it her pain?
In 2 years, you and I will be eating caviar and drinking champagne along the Thames.
It's crazy how in the scene before she's like, give me my pills, I need my pills, give me my pills. And then the next scene she's like,
They're just controlling my life, you know, just take my pills. Come and let me kiss you.
Now her boyfriend Atlas, whose hair looks like the inside of butter bread, is introduced to us like a bully to this guy called Frank, who looks like Boy Spice's third cousin.
Frankincense. He clearly missed me. That's why he followed me all the way to Wilma, right?
My name is Frank.
Yes, but the full thing is Frankincense, right?
Who becomes Ishaya's friend, Ishaya's close friend, because Ishaya defends him, you know, that whole thing.
Hey.
Frankincense.
Madam tour guide, can we focus on the focus? Or...
You know how it goes, Hollywood high school movie stereotypes.
The name is Carmen. And it's this way.
Put this thing on the wall properly now.
Wait, didn't you just say the same thing when they were coming?
Put this thing on the wall properly now.
Put this thing on the wall properly now.
Put this thing on the wall properly now.
But did somebody press rewind in your brain or something? Now, Wilma and Atlas are friends with this guy called Reggie, who is like the black version of that guy from the kissing booth. And these three and their other friend, Nena, they do drugs. Ishaya goes to the washroom and catches them smoking weed. And this is going to be a very big part of the series.
Different.
Yeah, man, I got the holy girl of Kush off for Car's first day. Hey, don't be a snitch.
One thing about this show that people have been complaining about is the way they try to do the Hollywood high school stereotype, like they try to drive the shit in very, very hard. But one of my big problems with the show was this scene.
Jesus. Then you have the temerity to steal 150,000 naira from us.
And so because of 150,000 naira, these drug lords came from their club all the way to the neighborhood to come and like hold the family hostage. 150,000 naira. By the way, this guy, Government, okay, one of my favorite characters, okay, he played the villain role very, very well. He has that face, you know, has that bad guy mean face, and he did it really, really well.
And if a camera show.
Okay, so he says that they have cameras in the money room. Now this is a scene where Ishaya stole the money. This is the money room. Can you see the cameras over there? Can you, if you see them, point them out to me, because I'm looking really hard. Like I looked so much in the room in that whole scene and I can't see any cameras. Also, he didn't steal the money in the money room. Like technically he stole the money, but then he hid the money on himself when he went to the washroom. So did they have cameras over there too? I don't know, but hey, we'll take their word for it, okay? They have cameras. Maybe the cameras were somewhere that the camera of the movie didn't capture. So hey, we'll take it like that. It's a good show, so we'll let it slide.
I'll pay you.
Now this scene ends episode 1 and I felt like a weird shift in the show after this scene. The show became very intense, very dramatic, like the stakes were raised from here to here, like after one episode. And so it created this weird imbalance where whenever they were not doing something dramatic, it felt kind of stale. Like it felt very quiet, like what's going on over here? At this point, his sister is kidnapped. He's trying to get money to rescue his sister. His ex-girlfriend is now part of the drug cartel. Like she had the quickest rise in drug cartel history, where all of a sudden she's Oga Rambo's girl and everything she says he listens to.
Oga Rambo, he has treated me better than you ever did.
And it's at this point where his school life and his crime life meet, because he offers to sell Molly, the drug, to the rich kids at school, because they were not able to move it on the streets because, you know, the street people cannot afford Molly and they don't even like that kind of thing.
Comment, these children, they have money. They like expensive things, they like new things.
And if he doesn't get the money, they'll feed him to a hyena, which is not the way you want to go. And as I was saying, it's so intense at this point that whenever they were not doing intense drama things, they were doing things like this.
Wow, who's this Reggie guy said?
Captain of the football team, son of Senator Flag Kokobov.
And a tall glass of hot chocolate.
Okay.
I heard he's having a party at his house this weekend.
Guys, I don't know if you can tell, but the people you're talking about are sitting right behind you, you know. Or do you guys have soundproof technology in the air? Because it's a rich school, anything is possible. Because there's no way they're not hearing what I say right now. So Reggie's having a party and the only way to get in...
But you have to be invited.
How do I get invited?
Be cool or be a member of the football team.
Be cool or join the football team. Where have I heard that before? Where have I heard that before? Oh, I remember. It is in 1001 American high school college team movies. So Ishaya tries out for the football team and guess what? The boy is gifted. He's Cristiano Ronaldo. How? I don't know. He's just magically gifted. Okay, all that football in the trenches is paying off, even though we know that he spends all his time painting. But somehow he's incredible at football, and it is not because he's the main character. And that other guy continues to be useless. Even on the field, he gets injured. Complete trash of a human being. And since we're just stacking the Hollywood high school stereotype, why don't we have some cheerleaders? Can somebody tell me if there's any school in Nigeria at all that has cheerleaders for their football players? Like even the English Premier League don't have cheerleaders, right? Because we know in other sports they have cheerleaders. American football, basketball, they have girls who can dance. That shit doesn't exist in football. It doesn't.
Yeah, practice like perfect.
And it's all nice and cool, fun and games until you remember that all of this is going on while he has to make money to avoid being eaten by a hyena. So at this point, Ishaya, who I just realized looks like Joe Boy's brother, has gotten into the party and now he can sell the molly. I really like to party. And then this happens.
Oh.
And for the millionth time in movie history, somebody is cheating and they did not lock the door.
Oh no! Go after him, what are you doing?
I said this in my Beyonce video, you should check it out to come here right now, check it out over here. But 101, being a bad person 101, you lock the door. So Ishaya's sister goes to visit him in the school because he has been missing from the house and they need him at home because he borrowed his friend's money and his friend got beaten because he couldn't pay his money back. At this point, Ishaya had just become a bad person. Everybody's problem was because of him. And I have a question for you. Do you want to see some more cliche things that happen in American high school movies? Here's a video of two people making out in a library. And if that's not enough, they had this fucking scene.
Sorry.
People fall in love in the stupidest ways. What is this? Oh my god, I can't believe I've seen this thing again. And last time we saw this kind of thing was like 2009. Has anyone in real life ever fallen in love like this? Has this ever happened to anyone? If it's happened to you, please let me know in the comments below. I bumped into so many girls when I went to school, okay? And nothing happens.
Marina.
Hey bro, why are you doing that shit, bro? Why are you biting your lip like that? Come on, I thought you were an innocent boy. The way I was doing this thing, bad boy. Another scene that was so funny to me was they had a football match between their school and another school. I guess the rival rich school.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Is this not supposed to be like a routine dance that you guys all learn together? Or is it just warm up and everybody's doing their own thing? Because the way you said 1, 2, 3, it suggested that you guys are about to do the same thing, but now everybody is doing freestyle. But hey, we'll let it slide, okay? Because you guys are looking sexy in those tight shorts and trousers and stuff. So we'll let it slide. Wildcats, where have I seen that before? Where have I seen that before? Oh yes, High School Musical, yes. What kind of referee move is that? You can just blow the whistle. That's what they do. What is this? Wait, hold on. Let's take a look at this scoreboard for a second. So the scoreboard has the goals, the teams, and the time. And my question is there somebody over there who is changing the time every second to move with normal time? Because you have the time plastered over there. So like, is the game going to stay at 10 minutes and 8 seconds the whole game? How does the time work? Because it was like 10 minutes, 10:00, then we know that, okay, maybe they can change it every 10 minutes. Maybe when it's 20, somebody will come and put 20 over there. But it is 10:08, suggesting that the time has been moving. How? So while the match is going on, there are certain students in the lab popping molly and like doing chemical experiments with the molly, and the place starts to catch fire. Why would you throw the burning coats to the other coats? It will burn them. Okay, you guys are high, so you're basically useless. And this part is the only part where this guy is useful in the entire show. But by far, the thing that everybody was talking about, the thing that pissed so many people off, was the ending of the show. Oh my god, bro. Oh Jesus. So at this point, Ishaya is like full drug lord. This show is now a mixture of High School Musical, Euphoria, and then Breaking Bad. He has a whole system for selling it on the school app. His name is Dr. High. You know, he's like top guy at this point.
You sold everything. Maybe Wilma Academy is too small a territory for you, huh?
But because of the fire, the school is cracking down on the drugs, and they are searching the students, and they are putting cameras everywhere. But lucky for him, they put cameras everywhere in the school.
Okay, What don't you see?
Apart from the library, conveniently, because it's only good children who go to the library, so why do you need cameras over there, right? And this way it gets chaotic. So he's moving the molly so fast at this point that Ogarambo has asked him to teach the other people how to sell it, which is his ex-girlfriend, then another guy. What is that guy's name? I forgot that guy's name. Joe steals Adufe, which is Ishaya's ex. He steals her molly and runs away with it, which is weird.
Talk to my yash! Come on!
So now Adufe is in trouble. She needs the money to pay back to the bosses, or else there will be a big problem. So she comes up with a plan to kidnap Frank, which is Ishaya's friend, as a way of getting money to pay back the bosses.
Baila's boyfriend, Frank. You go call him outside, You go pick him up. Take him to one safe place.
And once again, Ishaya has to battle himself. Should he let them kidnap his friend who is now dating his sister? That's a bad thing, but his ex also saved his life when they were about to feed him to the hyena. So what does he do over there? Internal conflicts. But then, like every other time in the show, he decides to make a decision that will put his friends in danger. But then while all that is going on, there's this scene where Ishaya kisses Carmen because their love has finally developed. And then Atlas, whose hair now looks like cotton candy, he comes over there and then he snitches on himself.
I fucking told you not to show us the video.
What video?
And then they have one of these zero accountability scenes where like she cheated on him right at that moment, but then she finds out that he also cheated on her in the past, and then she gets angry and then he's begging. It's like,
I was drunk. Kiss meant nothing. Nena means nothing to me.
You cheated on me with Nena.
Both of you have done it, so 1-1. It's a draw. Just continue the match. They kidnapped Frank outside in a school that has just installed a lot of cameras. They didn't install cameras outside, and then the criminal who just kidnapped somebody comes over there and stops the car and then salutes. What are you saluting for? You're a policeman. Why are you showing your face after you just committed a serious crime?
I had to about the fair.
And then the final episode is where everything goes to shit. Like, it's when you're watching, they're like, what is happening? What is going on? I'm confused. So they paid the ransom and got Frank home. Now the problem with criminals is that they never get enough. So they want to kidnap more children. But this time, the next person they want to kidnap is Ishaya's girlfriend.
The girl you were hugging. The one from the TV. She's our new target.
I mean, it's not his girlfriend, but you know, his love interest, so he's more invested in that, right? Now, normally Ishaya would just let them hurt his friends, okay? Like, that's what he does. But this time, Ishaya is like, no, he's not going to let it happen. And you might be thinking that, oh, maybe he had a change of heart, he's becoming a better person, that whole thing, but you would be wrong, because the only reason I can think of for why he would not let them touch this girl is because she's the girl he's fucking. And as we know, as men, your dick head will always win over your real head, and your hearts combined. Your brain and your hearts combined could not win a war against your dick head. And at this point in time, Ishaya's dick head was in full motion. Okay, he was talking because his rich pussy is about to be kidnapped. He doesn't want that to happen.
I'm sorry, but I had to keep my friend safe.
You didn't do this because of your friends. You did it for her. You like her so much, you betrayed me.
And because of this, he decides to ruin his entire life by going to the police and telling them everything that he had done. On the other side, everything is going bad for him because Atlas, whose hair now looks like a bundle of weed, has gone to report to the authorities about everything he knows about Ishaya. That was the part where the useless guy offered to help him if he would be his best friend. So I guess that guy wasn't useless after all, okay? I guess.
And I can tell you a secret that will destroy Ishaya, but you have to promise me something. That you'll be my best friend.
So Ishaya confesses everything to his friends. The police raided the criminal house, they arrest government, but then Ogarambo escapes. Hey, you want to come to Ghana? Hey, you can come to Ghana, okay? You'll be here peacefully, nobody will worry you. But whatever amount of money you have, please triple it before you come to Ghana because this place is not cheap, okay? Your money will finish in like 2 weeks. So Ogarambo and the criminals also decide to raid the school. Are you guys criminals or are you bankers? Because these guys are very well dressed, you know, long sleeve shirts tagged in with their belts and everything. That must have been a lot of time spent dressing up to come and do a crime. And why are they holding tasers? A gun will be more effective in this situation. But something shocked me at this part because this guy who had been useless in the whole movie at this point did something so heroic. I was shocked and I was even apologizing while watching that I've been unfair to him.
Leave her alone.
I'll create a job. Yeah, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything proper. I'm sorry, but if you get knocked down like that with a book, you should not be a criminal. Okay, I'm all about follow your dreams. I know it's your passion, but I'm sorry, this is not going to, it's not going to work out for you. Go and be a singer at Deeper Life or join the Salvation Army or something. Oh, and this is my favorite part. Do you know these people? I said, do you know these people?
Yeah, man, just calm down. Been a black belt since I was 10.
Oh shit! Reggie Chan. Who knew? Who knew the boy could fight? He has been a black belt since he was 10. I'm assuming Dami Elebe, who is the creator of the show, asked Netflix, how many cliches do you want in this show? And then Netflix said yes.
And especially for a writer, it's tough because you write, you do everything, and then you see one edit, you say, that's not what I wrote.
Now everything cools down, the police have come, they've arrested everybody, but guess what? Ishaya is still free and he's still painting and he's now famous on TV. I don't know why, like how is he not in jail? He confessed to being an accomplice in a crime, he sold drugs, all these things, but he's free for some reason. I don't know. Also, government has a flat screen TV in jail. Wow, is that how you guys do over there? That's crazy, bro. If I go to jail, I let them transfer me to Nigeria because this is nice. Also, I'm now realizing that the name government might be a cheeky way for the writers to kind of say that the government are criminals. I don't know if that's what they're thinking.
That's not what I wrote.
it makes sense, right? That they will do that. They'll play those kind of sneaky games and call the government criminals. You understand? Because I was come to say it's true, but I didn't say it, so please don't arrest me, Nigerian government. And at the end, Adufa is now the crime boss, and Oga Rambo is in the cage that the hyena was in. And the obvious question everybody had on their mind is, where is the hyena? Well, do you have another question in mind, like how did she become the boss of the crime ring? I don't fucking know. Okay, at this point in time, the ending of this thing was so chaotic. Just stop asking questions. Now here's what I think happened. First of all, is Far From Home dope? Yes, of course it's dope. I really enjoyed it. But I think that Far From Home was meant to be a 10-episode show. Like if they had 10 episodes, they could have fleshed out a lot of things. They could have done a lot of things with the characters to really establish them and then make the story make more sense at the end. But I think Netflix only ordered 5 episodes. So when they got to like episode 4, they were like, yo, we have to do all these things. How do we do it? And they just like had to try and fix every single possible thing they could in there to make it, you know, to make it as dramatic and make the story make sense as possible. Because if they had made a story normal, like gone at the same pace as the first 3 episodes, they wouldn't have finished. But I think they had to rush it because they had only 5 episodes to work with. The first episode was great, like the way the story paces everything, it was like, you know, almost perfect. I know there are some things, right, but it was almost perfect. The second episode was good, third episode was cool, and then the 4th episode, 5th episode, you start like, yo, what is happening over here? This thing's moving way too fast. What's going on? Now that the show is so successful, I hope Netflix orders more episodes if they have a season 2. Honestly, I don't see how they're going to have a season 2 with the way this thing ended. If they have a season 2, I just hope that like they have more episodes. The show is good, okay, with all the flaws and everything, it's still a good show. Okay, it's still a nice show to watch.
And especially for a writer, it's tough because
I still won't ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will ask you to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the video. I will ask you to share the video with your friends and everybody, you know. Okay, it really helps. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know if you watch Far From Home, what do you think? What do you have to say? Are there certain things that you think I missed? I know like I'm late to this video and so many people have done reviews, but I haven't done mine yet, so here's mine. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you're new over here, check out my other videos and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Sing the song.
I go never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go fi share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. People are gonna never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go fi share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. Feeling my vibe.